There we go. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. So, what I might do actually, yesterday it was a good day. I had a bit of a crazy day, but some good things happened. So that's good. But I didn't have very much time as a result to do many takes, but I did do one take of the thing that we've been working on. So, hello, Philip and Kev. And I'm not actually going to listen to the take that I did. I'm actually going to, because after I did the take, I did a review of how I felt it went. Now, obviously, when you're splurging, recognize, if you're watching this and you know the Automatic Music Machine or you do splurging, there's a difference between composing music live and producing music. So not producing music live, but producing music not live. So if I was making music in a DAW and not performing it, I would still be not paying any attention to what I'd done until I come back to it and listen to it after 7 days. Okay. Obviously, in this context, that's not possible. But I'm actually reviewing, I'm changing what is happening based upon my review, and I haven't listened. I mean, I could listen back to the thing yesterday, because the thing is, there's a difference between it being dynamic and not dynamic. Of course, I might be wrong about a lot of the opinions that I have, but what else do I have to go on, right? Whereas when things are kind of more static in terms of music making, it's like you can, because it's kind of more set, you have to take more distance from it, yeah, and you can make more things and kind of cycle around. That's not so possible when you're making music like I'm making music, because I'm literally doing the whole thing live. That's the idea, yeah. If I was doing more of a kind of, I'm watching the Beatles documentary at the moment, Get Back. So if I was doing that kind of a recording, it would be different. Again, it would be a bit more like splurging, right? Actually, maybe not that kind of recording. But if I was kind of getting lots of recordings in order to edit them into a piece, then it would be more like splurging. But in this case, I'm literally performing the music and trying over a period of time, maybe a couple of days, 3 days, get a half decent take. Okay, but also recognizing that I probably would. I'm not clear on what a half decent take is. You've always got to recognize that. I just realised I forgot to turn on the aircon. It gets a bit steamy. Gets a bit steamy in my shed. Make sure it's on quiet setting. Right. So let's find out if there's any sound coming through. Hopefully. Sometimes this takes a little while. MIDI there. And what I'm going to do today is, where's he gone? What I'm going to do today is, I hope to do a couple of takes, because I don't want to do any more on this day one track. I want to move on to a new track, because again, in order to get the release for a week's time, I want to be able to choose from multiple ones rather than just obsess about one. So I'm not going to do a whole week on one track. That would be going against the principles that I talk about so much in Make Music Your Life. Okay, so my absolute deadline for finishing the recordings, the takes of this track, is today. I'm going to be doing, so basically I've got the next hour or so to get a couple, maybe 3 takes in, and I'm going to show you the process that I do that. But first of all, I've got to make sound come out. I will try and do this in future before the stream. I don't know why it always does this. For some reason, I always have an issue. It's getting the... Sometimes I just have to shut it down and open it up again. The universal IT solution. Turn it off and on. No. All right, let's try turning this off and on. There we go. It's very frustrating. It's like, why have to do that every time? All right, so we've got that. And then... Well, it's taking its time now. Oh, it's probably a bit loud, isn't it? So, folks, I've got to get a checklist up. I've got to get a checklist sorted for these live streams. I mean, I'm taking the approach of just like upgrading over time. So, you know, if you come back in 3 months' time, it'll all be slick and everything, and there'll be, you know, there'll be much more. But at this point, I'm doing it to figure out how to do it. All right. So, well, I can see something coming through, but I can't hear anything. Oh, there we are. What is that? I see. Right. Just looking at my... Oh, why is that pinging at me? Huh. You will not defeat me. I will get this in. So I'm just looking at the computer to see the thing. What the hell's going on? Oh, I see. I have to close this down again. Very annoying. Okay. Note to self. Do checklist for before live streams. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just opening up my Gig Performer. Basically, if the audio interface gets turned off, it decides that there isn't a UAD, what's it called, thingy. So it disables all the things, and then they don't automatically turn on again, which is really annoying. So you have to shut down the you have to shut down the thing and then open it up again. Shut down Gig Performer and open it up again, so it recognizes that you do. It was just the thing was off. Anyway, so as you can hear, there's a bit of going on. I think, what is that? I'm not going to worry about it for now. We'll figure it out. Okay. what happened was I got a new client yesterday, and I've been this morning had to sort him out on a WhatsApp. So I ran out of time to sort all this out. So I'm sorry. I thought it was better to start the live stream vaguely on time rather than wait. So you'll have to bear with me a second. I'm nearly there. You can go over there. You can go down there. All right. So now let's have a look at what I wrote down in my review. I didn't have long, so please don't take, if you're in my coaching community, please don't take what I've done here as being the most brilliant review and list making stuff ever. It was literally like, I've got to go. I'm just going to do it as fast as possible. So yeah, don't take this as a model of how to do a brilliant review. Hang on, where's my? That's the wrong one. So let me just share the screen. Here we go. So here you can see, here's the structure that we're going for. And as a result of the one take I did, the wins, I broke the seal. I actually recorded something. I moved quickly from mastery. It wasn't mastery. Hang on a minute. That's the wrong one. Oh, I know where it is. It's underneath. That's the day before. Here we go. Yeah. So this one. WPO 18th of February. This was yesterday. We actually did a recording. Problem. Couldn't remember half of what I did this morning. So I did the live stream where I talked about paths, and I recorded the stuff. I recorded the thing later in the day, at the end of the day, which was when I was running out of time. So actually thinking about it, there's another opportunity. Ensure I always have. So this is how you learn things from what you're doing, the mistakes you make, right? So ensure I always have enough time to do at least one take after working things out on the live stream. Because I remember this yesterday morning when I was doing the past live stream, at that point I was I knew what it was. It's like I didn't have to remember what I was doing because I'd just done it. So I was in the tune, and when I came back to it, like I don't know, 8 hours later or whenever it was, probably longer than that. When I came back to it and looked at the list, I knew. I mean, I could remember what the arc was, but there were things about it I didn't know what the tune was. So I just had to kind of go from cold because I only had like about 7 minutes or something. No, I think I had 15 minutes or something. So if I had given myself enough time to do a recording and meet at the end of the talking bit yesterday, that would have been a much better use of time and I would have got a better result. So that's an important learning from yesterday. Yeah. So these wins, problems and opportunities can be about all sorts of things to do with what you're doing, either in the music or how you're doing the music or just kind of the scheduling and the admin type stuff. There's all kinds of things that you can do. And by doing this, you're actually training yourself that problems aren't a problem. Problems are great. So now there, I've got a rule. Yeah. And actually, one of the things that I do tend to do, and this is optional if you're in the coaching community, you don't have to do this. But as I create a do, and I drag things under, so that, or ensure I always have enough time to do at least one thing. Right, let's go through this. Couldn't remember half what I did this morning, so that came out of that problem. Super confusing about where things were on the desk. Now, I don't think you can see that on my thing, but I've got a little, what is it? Studio Logic mix face, and I've got it mapped via MIDI to the various different sounds, and I can't remember where anything is, which is really annoying. Problem, volume balance of almost everything was way off. Problem, DFAM dynamo effect isn't clear. Don't know what it's going to do. Problem, DFAM sounds very fuzzy low down. It's kind of very, I don't know, vague, I guess. Problem, when things come back in, doesn't kick at all. So that's at the payoff. Let's call it at the payoff. Again, remember, because I'm live composing music, music, it's like I actually make this happen, but I can set it up so that when I do the things which make it happen, it will kick, or I can decide to do something different, right? Start tomorrow with a quick level check. So now we're on to the opportunities. Start tomorrow with a quick level check. I mean, a lot of these are about the pre-production, if you like. Maybe overstating what it is I'll be doing. Just basically doing a quick level check. Opportunity practice the mix channels. Opportunity play with the DFAM effect. Opportunity set a time for 30 minutes and do a mix and a DFAM sort. A DFAM sort is sorting out the DFAM. Opportunity to listen and watch the live stream I did this morning to refresh my memory on what I was playing. I'm not going to worry about that one, but I want to make sure that I do a recording, or maybe a couple of recordings, so you see the whole process. So I'm not going to do 30 minutes. I'm going to do that, and I might change this one a bit. Set a timer for 15 minutes and do a mix and a DFAM sort. And let's call it 20 minutes. I'll do 10 minutes and do a mix. 10 minutes DFAM sort. All right, so I've got a timer right here. So I'm going to give myself 10 minutes. Let's put the timer on the screen just to make it a bit more exciting. Not sure exciting is the word I use to describe it, but you know what I mean. Oh, how does that work? I see it's up there. There we go. All right. So I'm going to mute the speakers. See what's going on in terms of the sound. And I will try and narrate what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So at the moment, okay, I've got something going on here. Oh, I know what it is. I moved things around here and I forgot to re-plug in the model cycles so that it goes, so it starts when I press play. I think it was this one, hopefully. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I've got this, let me turn that off. What can I do so that you can see what I'm doing? Oh, let's try this. No. I don't know what. I'll do this. There we go. I'm just going to hide myself for a second just so I can sort the screen out. over here, maybe. There's less going on. Let's just leave it like that for now. I can always turn it off if need be. What is that? I see. Okay. GoPro over. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Just rename this so I know what it is in future. As you can see, I'm sorting it out as we go along. That's how we do things around here. Right, okay. So, I wonder what happens if I... Does that show that? Yeah, it does. Great. So as you can see, I'm trialing this. So this is what I've got on the DFAM, the dynamo thing. And mapped onto this is the original signal of the DFAM. I can turn that up there. I can mute it. So that's the original signal, and this is the dynamo effect. Yeah, so that's the dynamo effect alone, okay? And then I've got the middle knob of the dynamo, the blue one, mapped to this. You can see me turning it up and turning it down. And this middle knob isn't just a mount, it kind of changes things about the effect as well. Yeah, and then these four do different things. So this one on the left is a pattern. And I know that this fourth setting there is a kind of triplety thing. And this knob in this plugin is called, in this kind of preset, is called rearrange. Let's just have a listen to what that does. I've only got 4 minutes left, so. And this is reverse. And this one is tone, so low and high. Try a different one. Ooh, I like that one. What I might do actually is turn the input up a bit. Where is it? Can't remember where I mapped it. Oh, it's not that, it's this. And let's not forget, can also change the DFAM. Don't want to get too The other thing is, The other thing is we want to remember what the purpose of this DFAM is. Remember that the DFAM and the electron model cycles are the action, are kind of expressing the action of day one, and the DFAM is kind of the coming up. The sort of DFAM part is the idea of kind of hitting an unresolved problem. So probably, you know, you'd end up doing something like this. A problem you weren't expecting, if you like. So you might go. Can you hear the tension increasing just by making it a bit more like... Okay. Okay. So I don't know if you heard the timer go off there. So now I'm going to do... So I've kind of figured out what the DFAM does. So let's just take the DFAM down a bit. Start the timer again, and I'm just going to get the level of the solo instrument a bit better. Right. So this is the bit where I've also got to think about... Hello, where's the cursor gone? Oh, I don't know. Okay, come on. There we go. Alright. This is the bit where I can't remember where things are mapped onto the desk because it's changed. Alright, so it's that, okay. Don't think I'm going to have enough time to quite sort out what I would like to, which is to make it so that all the levels are kind of balanced when they're at the same level on the desk, because that'll just be easier for my brain. Actually, maybe I can do that. Alright, so what I'm going to do... Let me just see what the level's like if I turn down that chorus on that. It's loud. I wonder if there's a level in there. Yeah, I'll do it in here. Wow, that was really loud, wasn't it? Oh, 21 decibels. Too loud. Because really this is the flashback, so I've got the piano going to the flashback, and that always just wants to be like a bed, which I can filter down. Maybe that's a bit too quiet, actually. I'd like to have a little bit of the inability to make it... I'd like to have a little bit of an ability to make it too loud, so I don't want to overdo the turning it down. Let's see, I'm going to leave that like that for now. And I'm going to move over to just the... Remember, in this kind of particular configuration, my rule is I'm only allowed 3 sounds out of the Elektron model cycles: kick, hat, and snare. I've got the kick and the snare coming out of the left, and the hat coming out of the right at the moment. But what I want to check is the level of the right-hand channel, because at the moment it's very loud, but with this hat. And so I'm going to put the snare through it. I'm going to pan the snare over. Where are we? I'm still not an expert by any measure on this thing. Okay. As you can hear, that sounds now, because I've panned the snare over and you can't hear the snare, that probably means that I've got the hat coming out really loud of the model cycles. But why is that? That's weird. Maybe the hat is just a loud sound. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. That'll do. So what this tilt shift is it's on the flashback, the repeating thing. It basically means I can do this. Right, or this. So it's basically high and low pass filter, and I've got these. Sorry, I should have shown it, shouldn't I? Here we go. So I've got the range. No? Is that it? Yeah. What have I got? Oh no, filter. Yeah, filter range. Mapped. There you go. Right, I've got 3 minutes left on my timer. Okay. So let's move over finally, just in the last minute, to the solo instrument. See, that's very loud. So See what I can do. Might do it over here. Do I want to do it over here though? Let's see what the level's like. No. Because it's good there. So let's go over here and I might have to add something. So I'm going to add a little gain thing in here, just so that I've got the control over the overall level of everything. And again, the reason I'm doing this is so that there's a general level which is generally right. So that I don't have to remember. So that's sending to the megaverb, and then this is the dry non-vem megaverb signal. So that should work, I believe. Will it? Yeah, no, it will. No, will it? Yes, it will. Right, brilliant. Turn it down to my headphones. Right, that's my alarm gone off. I've got to finish up now, but let me I mean, when I say finish up the mix, and then we'll get on with some recording. Yeah, a bit more. Again, I want to be able to make it too loud, but I don't want it to be ridiculous. Maybe still a bit too loud. Let's take it down a bit more. A bit of distortion going on there. I think I can hear distortion going on there. Turn it up a bit. What is that? Oh, I know what it is. It's not distortion. It's the bloody flashback, because I turned the delay too long. Yeah, it's okay. I think, anyway. Right, just one final level, and then we're going to get on with it. Yep. All right, good. Sounding a little bit more. So let me just save. I'm playing. Shh. Hush. like a. I was about to say that was really weird. I was about to say herd of bees. I'm not sure that's how it works. But anyway, I'm going with it. It sounded like a herd of bees. That's going to be the name of my next track. A herd of bees. I really need to get some water. So before I do anything else, I'm just going to save this. And what? Tell you what, you get a bloody herd of bees around here. Tell you, you get wasps that eat that actually. Okay, what I want you to do, if you're not from Australia, is Google spider eating wasp. Okay, and Google that, right, and look at the horrific videos that come up. Right, just watch that video, and just know that one of those was making a nest on our outside table yesterday, out of mud. One of those. I mean, those words, spider eating wasp, should not be put together. It's not a good. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if you're religious or not, but just as a bit of a joke, right there is proof that God doesn't exist. I'm checking. So anyway, I'm just gonna get some water. Give me 2 secs. Spider eating wasp. Where's my glass gone? Where's my glass? Ah. Over here. Yeah, Sally was telling me about what she found in this nest. And there was all manner of, I mean, it wasn't just spider. I mean, I don't think she saw any spiders, but there was all manner of creepy crawlies that this creature was putting into its nest. Because what this thing does is it lays its eggs in the bodies of the, for instance, spiders, and then yeah, yes, Kev, exactly. And then though their babies, as the babies hatch out, they eat the thing, the spider, from the inside out, and that's the way that they begin their life. Yeah, welcome to Australia. Anyway, we've got kangaroos as well, and they're pretty cool. So anyway. Yeah, they're all. Then, by the way, those things are everywhere. It's like, you know, the number of wasps you get in the UK, the just normal little, like, puny wasps that, you know, I used to be afraid of. There is more of these spider-eating wasps than there are those things. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, back to less frightening things. I think Ridley Scott must have come to Australia in order before he did the Alien movies. Anyway, so I think I've got the sound sorted. So now I just need to refresh my memory on the. Where are we? Just need to refresh my memory on. So what have I done? Yeah, I've done that. I know what's going on there. That's kind of an ongoing one. Yeah, I did that. And I did that. Again, with these lists and stuff, the idea isn't to do everything on the list at all. It's just I'm making notes and I'm just kind of seeing what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try my best to do 2 takes and just show you what the process is. So I'll do a take, I'll do a review, I'll do a take, and then I'll do a review. I've only got 25 minutes to do it, so each take's going to have to be pretty short. So I might not have time to do that, actually. So anyway, I'll get on with it. So great minds think alike, eh, Kev? You just said the same thing to the missus. It's either great minds think alike or fools never differ. I don't know which one's more true in this case. I'll leave that to you to decide. Sorry, I'm just looking at Trello to see. All right, so intro, unease, the bit before you decide. And then gingerly taking action is the A section. Kit comes in as D, FAM has slightly filtered up. Unforeseen problems is the next section. Made enough progress to move forward, element of triumph. And then with a big question mark at the end. All right, I'm going to give it a go. So press record on this. And again, if that doesn't happen, if something else happens, that's cool too. It's just like I've got a little model in my head. So I'm not, you know, while it's useful to have these sort of ideas about what you're going to do, you also want to be very, very open to other things happening and not worry too much about it. That's the mistake I think people make. It's like, well, either I don't make any plans at all, or I must follow exactly precisely the plan. Yeah, it's like that you don't have, there is an actual much better solution, which is make a plan and don't worry about it too much. It's like, yeah, it's like make a plan because it's useful to do that, so you know what you're supposed to be doing, and then if something else happens, great, it's fine. All right, let's go. Record, everything's good there. Just want to get this plugin up, and maybe this one too. I'll move this over here, and then maybe move that there like that. All right, now I can see everything. I think I'm good to go. I'll see if I can do a super short take. Again, because I'm doing, you know, I'm going to be doing more tunes than one to choose from. I'm not too worried about making this one the one. It really doesn't matter. This could just be anything. So stop this, turn down a bit. Okay. So I'm going to review that. Let me get the thing open. Actually, let me stop the recording. So I'm recording both what's coming into the computer over here, and I'm recording what's coming out of the piano. So the piano computer. So I mean, I doubt I'll use all of those recordings, but you know, it's only memory space. No, not memory. What's it called? Storage space. So. Actually, I don't know why I do that, because I never use it. I never, never use all the stuff coming out of there, but I do it anyway, just in case. It's probably me just being a bit ridiculous. Okay, so checklist. So WPO. Hello. So I've got 10 minutes left before I've got to go and do a team meeting. So, when I say meeting, is actually we do these things called slams. We're not just meeting; we're actually doing things together, working, making stuff. All right, so win. Mix sounded more balanced. When hang on, let me just get this thing up. What's going on? That. There we go. Mix sounded more balanced when having gig performer. Need to sneeze. Close your ears. Excuse me. Having gig performer. Oh god, my mic's all over the place. Okay. Right, so having gig performer sort of graphic UI on screen helped with mixing desk. Yeah, that Dynamo plugin is great. It's like, do very little to do a lot, and the great thing about it is it sort of does random things, so it's changing all the time, so it kind of automatically creates interest, which is what you want when you've only got two hands. When yeah, okay, followed structure. Followed defined structure. Right, great. So we start with wins just to get our minds into a creative state, and just to say, you know what? Even if it went badly, there were some good things about it. Sometimes the win is just simple as I did it. That's fine. So problem. There was something at the start. There was still a bit of distortion on something on the piano at the start. Another problem. And again, when I say problems, a lot of people are like, well, no, it isn't a problem unless I can't solve it. Huh? What? Problems, we can solve problems. Some are harder than others, but we can solve problems. That's why I'm standing in a shed in Queensland talking to you in various different countries of the world, because human beings throughout history have solved problems. If we hadn't been able to solve problems, we'd still be in a cave hiding from saber-toothed tigers or whatever, dinosaurs. I don't think that ever happened, did it? But anyway, you know what I mean. So it's like problems are just things that we solve. Yeah, some are really hard to solve and will take a long time. Some are really easy to solve and we can solve them immediately. Yeah, but needing to go to the toilet is a problem. Yeah, it's just I know how to solve it. Yeah, it's like we need to get away from this idea that problems are things that we can't solve. That's the definition of a problem. No, it's not that. Yeah. So the way I think about a problem is it's that anything I haven't done or anything I can improve or anything I don't know how to do yet. Yeah. So another problem was I got a bit lost in the break. Felt like I wasn't going anywhere. Another problem was, the Dynamo sounded great, but again, the Dynamo didn't quite do what I expected. Again, that's something about my expectations more than the Dynamo itself. Yeah, exactly. Kev, problems set you free if you let them. Exactly. Dynamo didn't quite do what I expected. I mean, again, there's a part of me that wants to say, well, maybe that's not a problem, or it doesn't need to be a problem. But at the time, it felt like something that I was like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? It's not doing anything. Right? So it's something to just notice, because there's a number of different possible solutions. One of them is don't worry about it not doing what I expected. That's a possible solution. Another solution is practice more with this particular setting on Dynamo. Another one is I mean, those are probably the two main ones. I did think of another one, but I can't remember what it is. Anyway, so problem. And by the way, we list out the problems in the absence of coming up with solutions. That's really important. It's really hard to do because I just did it there where I came up with a couple of solutions immediately. But it's really important to do it. You're training yourself in a really important way. Okay, so problem. Didn't kick back in. Back in as much as what we're like I wanted it to. Problem. What was I expecting Dynamo to do? I was expecting it to do what I did when I was like, oh, that's nice. And it wasn't doing that. It wasn't quite, well, maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe it was in fact, again, this is about maybe it was the interplay of the setting. Oh, that was the other thing. So the DFAM with DFAM interplay with Dynamo is confusing. Problem. Another one is that, and again, this is coming about, me finding this other problem is coming about as a result of defining the problems. I actually think one of the problems is that I'm controlling the same part. Let's go. Hang on a minute, let's go over here. Let me just show you what I mean. This is the value. This is the value of doing this process, okay? Is that I've just realized I'm controlling the same part with these two sets of knobs, which are far apart. Yeah? So I'm either doing this or I'm doing this. That is causing the problem I'm talking about. Because I think the reason when I come up with an explanation for those for the problems with the Dynamo DFAM is that the reason it was doing the thing it was doing when I was talking, when I was doing, playing around with the Dynamo in the practice bit, was because the DFAM was at a particular setting, which was I'm presuming that there's some dynamic stuff in the Dynamo. You don't know what's going on behind the hood, but there's some dynamic stuff in the Dynamo that only kicks in when when it hears a certain thing at a certain frequency, I presume. So these two things are working. The Dynamo, let's call this the Dynamo and this the DFAM. These two things are working dynamically in concert with each other. Yeah. And if I've got this all the way over here and this all the way over there and only affecting one thing at the same time, then I'm not really playing the instrument, because at the moment, the instrument is the DFAM with the Dynamo. Right? So now that I've explained this problem, which is the MIDI fighter and DFAM are too far apart, that obviously... now that explanation is there, yeah, and I haven't written it all down, I've just spoken it. Now that suggests an exciting solution. And I know it seems like a really dull solution, we'll just move that over there. But it's actually a really exciting solution because I've realized what the problem is. Oh, okay. So let's start with the opportunities. Opportunity. Move I'll probably move MIDI fighter because it's easier. MIDI fighter closer to DFAM, because if I've got another opportunity is in general So I get all excited about solving problems. This is where it's like solving a puzzle. This is what human brains love to do. If we forget, if we lose the idea that problems are problems are something to be avoided, all of a sudden you're just solving puzzles all the time. Yeah, people sell puzzles. People like problems are done. Here's the crossword, right? You go on holiday and you do puzzles. That means that problems are not a problem, right? Games, like games. What are games? But puzzles. We love problems. We love them. Why has school taught us that problems are a problem? I reckon it's school. Anyway, so opportunity. Don't. I'm going to write that in capitals there. Ever have gear. Exactly, Rubik's Cube. Don't ever have gear which is the same instrument. Because the way I'm thinking about it is the DFAM and the dynamo at the moment are the same instrument. Yeah. And actually, thinking about it, that's also a problem with the piano. Because what I've got is, in order to change from the flashback kind of repetitive thing to the, I've got to stop, to the solo instrument, yeah, I've got to move over there. So don't ever have gear which is the same instrument far apart. Right, so this is a rule. Right, I've got to go, but I have done at least, so now what I would do, and I'm probably not going to do, I might do another take later on. And what I'm doing is I actually am live streaming these takes, but I'm doing them to unlisted because it might be a bit too much. And also it will serve as kind of extra content if I choose to do some kind of, membership or something like that. But anyway, so I've got to go because I'm late already. But what I'm going to do is possibly do another take, but probably not. Probably what I'm going to do is move things around a bit in the setup and then start another tune tomorrow. By the end of today, I will schedule the time of the next... sorry, keep on knocking my mic. I will schedule the time of the next live stream, but it will be tomorrow. I'm going to try and get the live streams scheduling in at least the day before. Well, not 24 hours before, but sort of after the next one. Yeah, so it's not just whenever. And over time, hopefully, get a bit more of a regular thing going on. So great to see you. I will speak to you. Oh yeah, so Philip. Yeah, no, I recognise that about Moogs. That's why I've got very little else in. Is that I'm happy to leave the Moog to take up lots of the frequency spectrum. So anyway, I will see you again tomorrow or the day after, but very soon with this project. Lovely to hang out. Speak soon.